Well, that's the best win of the year so far against a nationally ranked team, a really, really good team in Missouri, a veteran team and a team that we couldn't beat last year. We had a great game at Missouri last year. They played great. We played really, really pretty well. Went there with just 2 losses. It gave us our 3rd loss. We only had 5 last year. And they brought everybody back, a very experienced team. And the youngest team in college basketball managed to survive a really slow start in the second half. We're a lot better with Sharif Cooper on the floor. When he got in foul trouble, we really bogged down. But there were a lot of really strong performances. If I'd have told you that we'd make 6 threes and we could win, I'd have worried about it. And then if you told me that the 2 guys that would make 3 would be Chris Moore and JT Thor, I might have questioned that. Very unusual. Happy for the bench. The bench did a great job tonight. We outscored them, outplayed them off the bench, which is terrific. Led by, Devin Cambridge. Dylan Caldwell was 6 for 7 for the foul line. Chris played his best game. Javon came in and gave us some great moments. So, good team victory. And now it's on to number 2, Baylor.
All right, we'll open it up for questions. We'll go start with Mark Murphy.
Yeah, let's talk about your bench tonight. It looked like they played very well.
I just did talk about my bench.
I'm sorry, I was typing.
No, I mean, I thought the bench was really good. You look at the numbers. Devin we were +8 with him out there. Dylan, we were +10 with him out there. He had 6 for 7 for the foul line. +10 for Chris Moore. He doesn't miss a shot. Stretch, gave us some valuable minutes and some big rebounds. And Javon Franklin contributed. Everybody off the bench contributed. And that's what, that's just impressive. It was impressive.
We'll go to Christian Clemente.
Bruce, you guys were 36 for 44 from the foul line. How important was that for you guys down the stretch?
Well, I mean, late on the lead, they fouled us a lot. Both teams got to the line a lot. It's just we got into bonus sooner in the second half, and that made a big difference. I think in the first half, Cody, the first half free throws, we were 9 for 14, and they were 11-14. Both teams got there. But in the second half, I think on the lead, they just had a hard time staying in front of Sharif, obviously, and then Al did a good job there as well. And I like threes and frees. I want to shoot the 3 ball and I want to attack the rim, and I thought we did both, well enough to win.
Go to Steve Moulton.
Coach, congrats on the win tonight. If I could get a thought or 2 from you about Sharif getting in foul trouble and then Mizzou going on their run in the second half, of the kind of conversations maybe you were having with your assistants about when to put him back in.
Well, we didn't want to start him because I didn't want him to get his 4th right away. But I didn't want to put him in there until after the first TV timeout. But we just didn't start well. And that was disappointing because I thought that group can. They just didn't. And missed opportunity for them. We were sloppy offensively. We missed some shots, and that was an issue. But look, he's our quarterback, so I don't think we just saw 4 great quarterbacks play in the AFC and the NFC Championship. I don't think any of those teams are there without their quarterback, and so obviously. Made a huge difference.
Go to Jordan Hill.
Bruce, I wanted to ask about Sharif, and this is still a young guy, but I think maybe the last 6 minutes or so he had some big baskets and some big rebounds. Just what were your impressions of how he was able to play when that game was up for grabs?
He is. We talk about him being an alpha dog, and what that's all about. He's the biggest little man out there. Period. Everybody knows it. But when it comes to the end of a game or toward the end of a game, he expects to win. He expects to make the plays. And if he doesn't, he takes full responsibility. Now the winning can happen at both ends. Obviously getting a rebound and he had 8 rebounds. He's obviously a terrific athlete and great quickness. So we're going to go up against a Baylor team with probably the best defensive guards in the country, and I'm sure they're excited about the opportunity to try to shut off Sharif's water, and they're very capable of doing it. That's going to be our by far, obviously, our toughest challenge.
Go ahead, Brian Matthews.
Hi, Bruce. Just wanted to ask you about this win for a young team. What do you think it means for them? Is this something y'all can really build on?
Well, I think we've won 8 out of our last 10 against ranked opponents, something like that. You have to check with Cody, but if that is the case, the fact that this team can beat a ranked opponent is a great sign, and we're just going to try to build on it. If we possibly can. We have a lot to play for, and we'll be playing on national television on Saturday against arguably the best team in the country. So that's why the guys came to Auburn, and I'm proud of how much we've improved, and I think the locker room is doing a pretty good job of staying engaged. We played 10 guys, and 10 guys contributed. We played 10 guys, and 9 guys scored. Pretty good.
Got time for a few more. We'll go to Bill Cameron.
Coach, another ball game with double-figure blocks. I mean, I don't know that we've ever seen a team that blocks 10, 12, 13 shots a game like this. Talk about that.
Well, we've got length. We're one of the longer teams in the league. JT can block them. Jalen Williams can block them. Devin Cambridge can. Jamal Johnson's long. And Stretch had 5 blocks in a very short period of time. That's just huge. We have some weaknesses. We have some warts. But we got some length. And, we as long as, with the verticality rules now, as long as you can slide and jump and maintain a level of verticality, there's going to be contact. And they'll typically, as long as you go from point A and land at point A, they typically will let you play out of that.
Go ahead, Mark Murphy.
Yep. Did the zone defense help you guys stay out of foul trouble in the second half?
Yeah, it did. We played a lot of zone. We had to play a lot of zone to keep, as soon as we went man-to-man, Conzo Martin's a great coach. He went right at Pinson. And as soon as he put Pinson back in the game, we went right at him.
All right, we'll wrap it up with Steve Moulton.
Coach, you mentioned a little bit there about JT anyway. I was hoping you could talk more about his development, both offensively and defensively for your team this year.
JT's a confident player, and he should be confident because he works so hard. He prepares. He's got very high goals. He has got high expectations for himself. We're trying to get him to do it on both ends. He obviously has got to get bigger and stronger and more physical, and that'll help him ultimately, be the kind of pro I think he's capable of being. But right now he's still got to go in there and compete. But he's not afraid of the moment. He's not afraid of the moment, and I think his teammates also have confidence in him. His teammates have confidence in him, so I think that's a real positive sign. And I just think as far as our locker room is concerned, when you got 10 guys that are out there playing and they all feel like we're counting on you, it's healthy. It's really healthy. Those guys will hold themselves accountable.
All right, thank you, Coach.
Okay, thank you.